welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Browns and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
Well, this 2024 season has been one to remember. Great games, great players, great finishes. And now, it all comes down to this. One game to decide it all. On this February night at Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is Super Bowl 59. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the AFC champion Cleveland Browns and the champions of the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys. A champion set to be crowned tonight. It's Super Bowl 59. And off we go to a flash of lights here in New Orleans. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
He admitted to us the other day, Mike, that he's started to feel a little anxious as game day approached, and I think that's normal. Winning the NFC, that's one thing. But this is the type of stage that can take your legacy to a whole nother level if you're able to come out on top. But in order to make that happen, he's going to have to put those nerves behind him as soon as possible. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in an early hole because you just couldn't settle down. If he's able to remain calm, play his game, his team's going to have a great chance to end this night as world champs.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good game.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. 3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, young man from the University of Colorado.
To say what he's done this year, Mike, is unheard of would be an understatement. I mean, there are quarterbacks who go their entire careers without even making it to the Super Bowl, yet here he is on the verge of potentially winning one in his very first season. He's got a lot of work to do between now and the end of this game to make that happen, but if he's able to lead his team to a victory here today, it would be a perfect storybook ending to an improbable and legendary rookie campaign.
Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Browns. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 59. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Cowboys offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Prescott going to make the read and keep it himself. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
2nd down, Prescott. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And he is gonna score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will extend their 1st quarter lead. It's now 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On the play fake, Dak. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now it's Dobbins. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, Prescott. over. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
These third down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Prescott now. He keeps it himself. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. And this will be incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
You know what they say about Murphy's Law, Mike? Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. He's had a pick six earlier in the game. Now he takes a sack. Fortunate for him, there's a lot of football to be played, but this has been a disastrous start.
On second down, it's Dak. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen, and that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage, and it sets up fourth down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
On fourth down, here's Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal try. It'll be a fourth, and this is blocked.
And that's just a really good effort there. Remember, if he misses the ball and he runs into the kicker, that's an automatic first down, but he doesn't. Not only does he get through, almost untouched, he's able to get a hand on it and block the kick.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there, and it'll be second down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. Second reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level. They could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
Here's second and 6. The motion man is Johnson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Back to throw. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Every staff in the league that understands it, we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted. The ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. That's hauled in at the 2, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns looking terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. So after one here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Browns with the advantage. More from New Orleans after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Dobbins. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. shotgun snap for Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. Dak gonna run with it himself. He won't gain a lot of traction there. Down only to the 24. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now Prescott. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup. He's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Pistol now for Prescott. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Here's Prescott. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to CeeDee Lamb. And it's going to bring up a third down. They'll throw again. Dak. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate.
And this one is blocked. But he's not going to be able to advance past the marker. He is stopped short. And the block kick leads to a turnover on downs.
Yeah, it just felt like that one was out of rhythm from the start, Mike. So what you're looking for is the kicker, the holder, and the long snapper to be able to all work in unison. And it just seemed that half-second delay getting into the motion gave the defense all...
Big opening up the middle. And he will go all the way. Cedric Tillman, touchdown Browns. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Dak to throw. That'll be complete to Dobbins. Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Again, Prescott to the air. To the outside, a catch made by Moore.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the Browns' 19-yard line.
Throwing is Prescott. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Across 6 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Off-balance throw. It's complete.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. To the air now on 1st and 10. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll run it. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
they got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
There he goes again.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They'll run here. It's Ford. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So now this team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Dak. The open man is Tolbert. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He'll get this out to his running back. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20.
Defense.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Browns offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They've opened up a big lead already. Try to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. A gain there of 17.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Now a give on the ground. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. He'll look to throw. Now he'll run. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now they'll set up to throw. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. Now it is first and goal.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already. These teams finishing off their final adjustments. We're about ready for the second half of Super Bowl 59. And to bring it your way, we go back to Mike Tirico.
Stage is set for a thrilling second half here in New Orleans. We're back underway at Super Bowl 59. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. First and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Micah Parsons on the tackle. Third down, 3 to go. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete. The Browns getting their punting team out there. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. To return, it is Turpin. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
And, Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Here's a second and 9. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Fires left sideline. That is complete. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Cowboys.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll give it to Dobbins. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he will score. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys are able to edge a bit closer. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down. Tillman, the man in motion. On second down, it's 4. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. He'll drop to throw. Downfield for Njoku. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Hunting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. Crazy. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Ford heading left. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. The big guys are on. Jumbo set here for 1st and goal. Here's a run. And that, a thing of beauty. He's in. Touchdown, Browns. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Makes the score Browns 42, Cowboys 13.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. There's C.D. Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, here's Dobbins. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. That's the game of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. In motion, Lamb. On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. And this one's good for a first down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
On the give, it's Williams. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A run with Dobbins. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Dak to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The Browns offense ready to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. Yeah! Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They give it, and it's 4. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. Now, faking the give. To the goal line and in. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown, Cleveland. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns add on to their already sizable lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Quick throw, taken in. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They run on the jet sweep. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
First and 10 at the 40.
Here's Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb.
Complete to C.D. Lamb. It's a gain of 9. Brings up a second and a yard at the 48-yard line.
Second and a yard. They'll run it with Williams. Not much there, a yard or two down to the 48. Grant Delphin up to make the play. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And that'll move the sticks. That's a first down. Down to the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Prescott now. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The Browns have it. Still going. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a... And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Back to throw is Prescott. A quick slant taken by Lamb. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
Brings up third and 7.
Throwing is Prescott. Open man, right side. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 10. That's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Dak to throw. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he will get into the end zone. Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Cowboys cut into the lead a little bit. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 1 quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. A run left side with 4. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We'll try again. It's second and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. It is third and 10. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Browns first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the handoff, 4. Not much there. maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and
Back to throw.
at the 39-yard line.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown, Browns. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. They continue to add points. Greg, very interesting here. They are just rolling up the score even though we're in the 4th.
No doubt, Mike. I mean, this offensive play caller has no let up. I mean, he's going to see how many points can I put on this scoreboard before that clock runs out.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns stretch things out even further. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now Prescott. That's to Ferguson once again. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And that is intercepted by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Going deep downfield for Judy. Oh, he thought he had a man across the field, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
At the 34-yard line.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. He'll take off again. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. 3rd and 5. To throw is Dak. That's down the field for Lamb. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Got a man, that's Tolbert. And he's going to have a Cowboys 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. To throw is Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
To the air again. Prescott. To the sideline. He's got more.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Only need a yard, and it's 4th down. Again, Prescott to the air. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Now a handoff to Ford. Man. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Again, it's Ford. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run once more with Ford. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with the win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will add one more onto their big lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. This team's offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
First down, Prescott. And that ball incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll throw again, Dak. And that is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A first down throw for Prescott. He runs with it.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
That is hauled in at the 5. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Complete to CD Lamb. 1st down and goal to go.
Prescott now. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
They were stopped on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. I give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking deep here for Tillman. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
That's good for a Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. And final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. And the Browns have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. What a moment. Commissioner Goodell making the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to the Cleveland Browns, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will put a wrap on this year on EA Sports. Thanks to my partner, Greg Olson, for a great first season together in the booth. Until the fall, Mike Tirico. Good night from the Super Bowl in New Orleans.